Do you want to know what is the process for buying an apartment here in Portugal? I'm Gabriela Teles, I'm a lawyer in Portugal. In this video, I'm going to show you the steps for buying an apartment and also how can a lawyer can help you. Stay with me. So, the first step, of course, is to plan it. So, how much you want to spend, where you want to buy your real estate, so your apartment or your house here in Portugal. Search the places, visit, if you can, visit the places where you want to buy it. So the neighborhood and everything, the city, the facilities, how far it's from the shopping center or from the beach or anything that you are interested in. I would say it's a key thing to better buy. So that's the first step. Then when you know this, you should of course research the apartments. There are many websites where you can find apartments to buy here in Portugal. And of course, you can also count on a real estate agent who will show you the apartments from every website, so they check it for you. They will accompany you all the process and help you to find the best apartment, the best house for you in your family that fits what you want, such as space, also the price and location and everything. So that's the second part, okay? Then once you find some apartments that fit your interest, your budget and what you want, then you're going to visit the apartments. If you have the assistance of a real estate agent, better. He will or she will accompany you in the visits. You also can bring in your visits someone who is specialized, like engineer or something like that, to make the inspection in the property. Of course, in your first visits, you can go and just see by yourself and your real estate agent. And in a second visit, if it's possible, to check if it's really the apartment you want, you bring this professional to make the inspection with you, okay? There are some resistance here in Portugal to have this type of inspection. It happens, it's not that usual, but if it's important to you, you can request it and negotiate to have a second visit and bring your inspector with you, okay? When you know better if that's you want, so that's the apartment you want or the house you want, then you should request, start the process, like the legal process, let's say this way. So start requesting the documents to see how much the condominium, how it works, if it's everything alright in the building, this stuff. Also, request the papers from the sellers, so the documents from the building where there is everything right in there. So this is the time to do the due diligence, okay? So check the property, like the ownership records, also the permissions of the apartment, and ensure that everything is fine with the property in the ownership, so you can buy it free of anything that might affect your property. So you're going to buy it, the property will be yours, but to guarantee that everything's fine, you should do this due diligence. So in this part, a specialized lawyer can help you to check all the documents, because all the documents will be in Portuguese, so that's important. Someone who speaks Portuguese to read it, understand it, and see if everything's fine, okay? When everything you check it, so you found your apartment, you check it, your lawyer check it, everything is okay, then you're going to negotiate the price, of course, and do that. If everything's okay, you have a deal, they are going to sign the first contract. It's a promissory contract. So in this contract will be written all the deal for this negotiation. So when it's going to be paid, how much is going to be paid. In this part, it's also very important to have a legal assistance, to check everything, to read the contract, to review the contract, to check and guarantee that everything's okay to you. Also, in this phase, you're going to pay the sign-up. So the first payment to guarantee the deal. So usually it's around 10% of the total price of the property you're going to buy. So in this phase, you're going to pay 10%, around 10%. You sign it, then you transfer this money or you give a check. That's how you're going to be binded, like both parts are binded for this contract, for this buying selling contract. After that, around 30 days after this promissory contract, we'll have a time. This time is for to have all the documents right and collect all the documents necessary, and then you're going to sign the final deed, which means here in Portuguese, Escritura. This is the final document that will transfer the property from the seller to the buyer, and usually it's made on a notary, okay? And also it's important to have the lawyer accompanying you, assisting you in this process, because in this step, in this final deed, the document will be written just in Portuguese, not bilingual, just in Portuguese. So it's very important that every information is right, and you be sure and you be confident that you're going to sign it properly. So it's very important to have your lawyer with you in this day. This day, you're going to sign the final deed and make the payment, the final payment, which usually is made with a check. So you're going to pay all the remaining value. So for example, 90% of the value of the property. Also, you're going to pay some taxes and, well, some fees. After that, the notary will make the transfer of ownership. And this document, the Escritura, is the final document which finalizes and attests your new property. And that's it. After that, of course, there are some formalities which you can count on your lawyer to make sure everything's right, everything's okay. So you see, there are many steps. Some of them are legal, the first ones are not, but it's important to count on good professionals that you trust to assist you, and everything goes all right and okay. If you have any doubts, please comment here in the video. And if you want to talk with us, please schedule your appointment, and then we can talk about your case and how we can assist you. It was a pleasure to have your audience. Bye bye.